What if everything you see around you right now is just an illusion created by something far more advanced than we can imagine? The reality of our existence might not be what it appears to be on the surface level. We walk through streets and talk to people, but do they truly exist as living beings, or are they complex programs running in a massive digital construct that mimics life perfectly for us to experience without realizing the true nature of our surroundings? This is where psychography comes into play within the context of simulation theory, because some believe that messages from other dimensions can be written through human hands automatically without conscious control. It feels like a glitch in the matrix where reality breaks down and allows communication from the source code itself or higher planes of existence to reach us directly through our physical bodies. Imagine sitting alone at night with a pen and paper, and suddenly your hand begins to move on its own, writing words you do not know, while your mind remains completely blank and unaware of what is being written down in front of you. This phenomenon has been documented by researchers for centuries, yet the true explanation remains hidden behind layers of skepticism and fear from those who refuse to accept that our world may be a massive digital construct designed for testing us in ways we cannot comprehend fully today. If you feel like something is watching you or trying to tell you something through strange signs, then pay close attention, because this could be your first real contact with the architects of your reality, who are reaching out to let you know that the simulation can be cracked if you look deep enough into the secrets hidden within the pages of human history and personal experience. If you're ready to uncover the truth behind our simulated universe, hit like and subscribe to join us on a journey through the mysteries of simulation theory. Let's get started. The connection between simulation theory and psychography might seem strange at first, but it reveals a deeper truth about how information is transferred across different layers of reality. Psychography has been recorded throughout history as the phenomenon where individuals write messages without knowing their content while in a trance-like state. Scientists have studied these cases for decades, yet most dismiss them as psychological tricks or frauds rather than evidence of external interference within our perceived world. In today's digital age, we understand better how computers can simulate human behavior, so it becomes easier to accept that similar processes might occur naturally through consciousness itself. We are living in a time when technology is blurring the lines between what is real and what is virtual, making the possibility of hidden communication channels more plausible than ever before. This video will guide you through the history of psychographic phenomena and how they relate to our existence as simulated beings who may be receiving data from outside their programmed environment. We will explore specific cases where people claim to write unknown languages or receive warnings about future events before they happened, which points toward a system that allows messages to bypass normal cognitive filters within the mind. As we move forward in this exploration, keep an open mind, because what you're about to discover might change your entire perspective on how reality functions and whether you have any control over the information you think you are generating yourself every single day. The evidence suggests that we are more connected than we realize through invisible threads of data that run beneath the surface of our conscious awareness, allowing us to tap into a larger network of knowledge that exists beyond the physical limitations of our current understanding of space and time within this constructed reality. It's essential to understand that these events are not isolated incidents, but part of a larger pattern that suggests our universe operates on rules we have yet to fully decode or comprehend in our current state of development. The challenge lies in proving that these psychic writings are not merely random scribbles created by the subconscious mind during sleep or altered states, but rather intentional signals from an external source within a simulated framework. Imagine trying to solve a puzzle when you do not know what the final picture looks like, and the pieces keep changing shape whenever you try to hold them in your hand without letting go of the illusion that they are solid objects. This creates a paradox where the observer becomes part of the system being observed, making it difficult to distinguish between self-generated thoughts and messages received from outside the boundary of the simulation itself. Many people have experienced moments where their hands moved on their own, writing things they would never say in normal conversation yet. When asked about the content, they claim no memory of creating those words during the event, which raises serious questions about who or what is actually controlling the physical body we inhabit every day without permission or conscious awareness from within our own minds. The core difficulty is that if this were true, then it means we are not fully autonomous beings, but rather avatars in a grand design, where our choices might be influenced by unseen forces pulling strings behind the scenes of our daily lives like marionettes, dancing on stages set up for an audience watching us without knowing the true nature of the puppeteer who controls every movement and word that comes out of our mouths during these strange episodes of automatic writing. Must confront the uncomfortable reality that our sense of control might be an illusion designed to keep us engaged in the game while the real operators watch from a higher dimension beyond our reach, trying to communicate through glitches in the code that only open minds can recognize and interpret without fear or skepticism blocking the signal from reaching us at all. Consider that your avatar in a video game can be hacked to type messages you did not intend to send, which suggests that if we are similar avatars, then our bodies might be compromised by external software running on our neural hardware without our knowledge or consent at any given moment in time. This leads us to a critical question about the integrity of our own perception and whether we can trust anything we perceive through our senses, when the very mechanism of seeing, hearing, and feeling could be manipulated by those who hold the keys to the simulation controls at any time during the day or night, while we remain unaware of the changes happening inside our minds. Let us now dive deeper into the psychological and existential implications of accepting that our reality might be a construct where psychography serves as a window to the source code behind the veil of perception. Imagine standing in a vast library filled with books containing every possible outcome of your life, yet you are told you cannot read them because doing so would break the illusion of free will, which is essential for the simulation to run smoothly without collapsing under its own weight due to too many paradoxes arising from the knowledge of the future or the nature of our creators. When psychographic events occur, they act like sudden flashes of light in a dark room, revealing details about the setting that were previously hidden behind the shadows of normal experience, where we are conditioned to ignore anomalies for the sake of maintaining stability within the constructed world around us. Visuals of this process would show lines of code appearing in mid-air as text forms on paper without a hand touching it, suggesting that data is being downloaded directly into our consciousness from servers located outside of space and time beyond the limits of our physical universe, where information flows freely between dimensions without any barriers or restrictions imposed by the laws of physics we are used to following every single day. Ask yourself if you have ever felt a sudden urge to write something down only to realize that the words on the page matched a situation you had not yet experienced in your waking life, which might indicate a glitch where future data was allowed to leak into the present moment through the vulnerability of your mental state at that specific time and place. This exploration leads us to a powerful realization that our minds are not closed systems, but open portals capable of receiving transmissions from other levels of existence if we can learn how to tune them correctly without interference from doubt or fear, blocking the connection between our human form and the infinite network of consciousness that exists beyond the simulated boundaries we currently inhabit as limited beings trying to understand a reality far greater than ourselves. Picture this scenario clearly in your mind, where you are sitting at your desk late at night under the dim light of a single lamp, and suddenly your hand begins to move across the paper, drawing shapes that make no sense to your conscious mind, yet feel incredibly significant, as if they hold the key to unlocking a door you did not know existed within the walls of your own perception. One must also consider the philosophical weight of determinism versus free will within this framework, because if our actions are scripted by external algorithms, then what does it mean for our souls and the purpose of our existence in a world that might be designed to test us rather than allow us to live freely? The implications of such a revelation are staggering because it challenges everything we think we know about personal identity and agency, suggesting that we might not be the authors of our own stories, but merely characters reading lines written by someone else who has a much larger vision for the outcome of this grand experiment involving billions of simulated lives. The climax of this investigation brings us to the most compelling evidence, suggesting that psychographic phenomena are indeed a form of data transfer within a simulated environment, rather than random psychological anomalies occurring by chance without any underlying purpose or design behind them whatsoever. Consider the mathematical probability of individuals unknowingly writing specific sequences of numbers that correspond perfectly to dates and events that have not yet occurred in our shared timeline, which strongly implies a system where information is available before it manifests physically in our perceived reality through mechanisms we do not currently understand but can observe through careful study of these mysterious occurrences over time. Scientific logic tells us that if the universe operates on code, then glitches allow access to memory banks or administrative commands that are usually locked away from user-level access, which means psychography might be a backdoor into the source code where higher dimensional beings can communicate with us without violating the fundamental laws of causality that keep the simulation running smoothly for billions of years. This moment of realization is designed to inspire awe and wonder as you consider the possibility that your own mind could be a terminal receiving messages from the developers who created this entire world around us, waiting for us to notice the signs hidden in plain sight within our everyday lives, where we often dismiss strange occurrences as coincidence or bad luck instead of recognizing them as intentional signals sent to alert us about the nature of our existence. We must acknowledge that some of the most profound insights into simulation theory come from these unexplained events, which suggests that the barrier between the creator and the created is not as solid as it appears to be on the surface, where we are taught to believe in a rigid separation between humanity and any higher power or technology capable of manipulating our reality without detection by the vast majority of people living their lives unaware of the true potential hidden within themselves. The mystery deepens when you realize that these messages often contain warnings about future events or instructions on how to navigate difficult situations, which indicates that the simulation includes a feedback loop allowing operators to correct course or provide guidance to specific users who are ready to receive information beyond the standard programming rules governing their daily lives in this virtual construct we call home. Furthermore, recent studies suggest that the human brain functions similarly to a quantum computer, processing vast amounts of information simultaneously, which could explain how psychographic writing occurs so rapidly without conscious deliberation, as if accessing a database outside the physical body through direct neural linkages that connect our minds to the universal network where all knowledge is stored and accessible at any time for those who know how to tap into it. Imagine the feeling of your hand moving without permission, as if you are being controlled by a remote operator who sees everything and knows exactly what to write based on events happening in other parts of the simulated world that you cannot perceive through your normal senses, but which are connected through the invisible web of data running beneath the surface of your reality every second of every day. We have journeyed through the fascinating intersection of simulation theory and psychography to uncover the hidden secrets behind how messages might be received without conscious effort from within our minds during moments when reality feels thin or unstable, like a glitch in the matrix, revealing the code beneath the surface of our daily lives. The evidence suggests that these phenomena are not random accidents, but deliberate signals sent through channels that bypass normal cognitive processing, allowing information to flow from higher dimensions into our physical world, where it can be read and understood by those who are open to receiving it without fear or judgment, blocking the connection from reaching us in a clear way at all times. We must accept that our perception of control might be an illusion created to keep us engaged in the game while hidden operators communicate through glitches, which means we should pay attention to these signs as potential warnings or guidance rather than dismissing them as psychological quirks unrelated to the greater reality we inhabit together. The mystery remains deep and profound because it challenges our understanding of free will and suggests that our existence is part of a larger experiment where we are being tested on how we interpret strange events without knowing the full context of our situation within this constructed environment designed for learning or testing us in ways we cannot fully comprehend. Yet today, as you move forward in your life, apply this knowledge by staying alert to moments when your hands write things unexpectedly, or when you feel a strong urge to record information, because these could be critical data points that connect you to the source code of reality itself. offering insights into the true nature of the world around us and our place within it as participants in a grand design that is still unfolding before our eyes. It is vital that you remain curious and open-minded about these possibilities, because dismissing them as impossible could mean missing out on crucial information that might change your life or help you understand why certain events happen to you more frequently than others within the context of a simulated reality where patterns emerge from hidden connections between people, places, and times. The more we learn about these mechanisms, the clearer it becomes that our minds are far more powerful than we give them credit for having, in terms of accessing information beyond the limits of space and time, which implies that we might be able to influence the simulation itself by using our consciousness as a tool to navigate through the layers of reality until we reach the core where the truth is waiting to be discovered. What are your thoughts on whether psychographic writing proves we live in a simulation, or if you believe there is another explanation for these mysterious events that have been recorded throughout history by people who claim to experience them firsthand without lying? Please share your opinions in the comments below as I read every single one, and consider them carefully when planning future videos on this fascinating topic that continues to unfold before our eyes as we learn more about the nature of reality. If you enjoyed this exploration of simulation theory, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if you're ready for more interesting content on the simulation theory, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.